the queen of how to. Come on and see what I'm gonna show you how to do. Hello, I am Beverly Kane, and welcome to my channel, the queen of how to. That's me. In today's episode, we are going to be learning how to flat iron your own thin, short hair for maximum volume. Like what I have right here, this is my own hair, which I am super excited about. And before we get into that, I wanted to hop on and do the drawing. So I went back in and looked at all of the comments from a couple weeks ago for the new name for this wig that I redid. See, this is, and my hair does look similar to what this did. But so I was wearing a wig just for a short period of time while I was waiting for this side of my hair that had gotten really thin from an allergic reaction I had. And so I was just wearing a wig to let that be able to get healed and restored, and so that I could wear my own hair. So for those of you who were concerned, why don't I just wear my own hair? That is why, because I was letting my own hair have some time to just be still, not have to be manipulated, so that I could wear it. And so now I can. But getting back to the wig, so originally her name was Miss Maggie in this picture. And then I transformed her, as you can see on my head in this picture, and this is her. So I asked what you guys thought her new name should be, and I went back through and wrote down every name that you guys suggested, all the names, and because it was too hard for me to just pick for myself. So I felt like this was the most diplomatic way to choose a name, is to go in here, put them all in a bag, and I am just going to choose one, and whatever comes out of here, that's going to be her new name. So let's see what that name is going to be. The new name is Angel. So whoever suggested the name Angel, your suggestion won by, I just picked the name. So the name of this wig now is Miss Angel. So I just wanted to get that out of the way before we go on and tell you how I got this style. And for anyone who is new here, if this is your first time, welcome to the Queendom. I am so glad you have found me, and I hope you will click that subscribe button and join the Queen of How To family. For those of you who have been rocking with me for this whole, because I started on January 1st last year of 2024. Those of you who have been with me any length of that time, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. But let's watch and see how I achieved this style on my short, thin hair, and to help you see how you can do the same. Time to see how we got that sassy little style. And I have just washed my hair and conditioned it. Figured you didn't need to see that. There was nothing special about it. I just washed and conditioned my hair. My hair does not hold moisture at all, pretty much. And so it's just been towel dried. But I am going to add a little water to it because you do want to have moisture in your hair. And I'm going to add some other things that do add moisture as well. But water is the main moisture that we all can use in our hair. So I'm just going to start with that. This is just one of those aerosol spray bottles. And this is all about how to get the maximum volume out of your thin, short hair, which is what I am dealing with right now. And I know some people's like, your hair don't look that thin. Well, see this side, this is more of what I'm used to, fuller and all of that. This side, on the other hand, especially when it's wet, you can really see how thinned out it is. So that's what I mean when I say thin hair. That's what I'm dealing with. If you are new here, I also have scars, large scars in my head that, where there is no hair. So I have to try to use the hair that I do have to cover up those scars as well. There's one here. There's a pretty large one here. one here in the back, and then one here over on the side. So again, so many things that I'm, dealing with to cover up and camouflage, but making the most of what I got. So I have wet my hair all over with the water, and now I'm just gonna, and actually today, all of the products I'm using are Garnier Fructis. No, I'm not sponsored. No, they're not paying me anything, but these are products that I actually use. So I'm using the Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine leave-in conditioner, just a little bit of that, probably maybe a quarter size. Let's see. Yeah, just like that. And I'm just gonna put that all over my hair. Back as well. Just get that work through. Now I'm gonna go in after that with also another Garnier Fructis product, which is the Sleek and Shine 10-in-1 multitasking leave-in with plant keratin. So I'm just going to spray some of that all over because it's got a lot of moisture. It's got argan oil. It's got keratin oil. It's got, anyway, all kinds of good things for adding moisture as well. So I'm just making sure I'm hitting my whole head, and then I'm just going to rub that in as well. Now the last thing I'm going to put in before I blow dry is this Garnier Fructis Anti-Humidity Smoothing Milk. And that just is supposed to help against humidity, to keep, keep it from reverting back. So I'm just putting that all through my hair as well. And with all of these things, you want to make sure you get them rubbed in and incorporate it well, so that there is not just sitting on top of the hair, but it really is getting in, and integrating with the hair and covering all the strands completely. So those three things have been added, and now I'm just going to comb my hair, make sure we don't have any tangles before I start trying to blow dry. All right. Cool. Hey, that's looking kind of cute right there, right? Anyway, getting there. But it's growing. I am grateful. I thank God. I definitely pray about my hair returning to me all the time. So trusting that God will answer that prayer. And as I do the best I can, He'll do what I cannot. So getting that all incorporated. And now it is time to blow dry. I will say it is so important to add moisture. I know I added 3 different things in my hair, but adding moisture in your hair before you blow dry it is important when you're going to flat iron your hair, because your hair will, seek moisture outside of your hair after it's flat ironed if you don't. So if you add the moisture, it will hold the moisture in and it will not seek it outside of your hair, which means it will stay flat ironed longer. So remember that tip: add the moisture in your hair before you flat iron it. So now I'm just going to blow dry it. This is just my old Vidal Sassoon comb hair dryer. All right, here we go. That's been blow dried, about halfway dry. I don't want it completely dry yet, because now I want to add some of this Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine serum to my hair, which is just going to help to add a little shine to the hair and help to protect it as well. So I'm just going to add some of that all throughout. Again, making sure that I'm rubbing it in well. Now that that's all rubbed in, I am going to finish blow drying it. The only other thing I'm going to add that is actually not a Garnier Fructis product is just a little bit of castor oil. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel like that's really going to help me seal in the moisture that I've put in there. I'm only going to do a little bit. That might be maybe a dime size, But I'm just going to add a little bit of that throughout my hair to seal in that moisture and again help to protect my hair as much as possible from that direct heat. And then comb it and make sure all of my scars are going to have enough coverage everywhere. Let's see. Okay, this one up here. Okay, I think that's all right. One in the back is covered. And as you see, now that this is dry, it's still, you can see that it's thinner, but it definitely looks better dry than it did wet. You can't see my scalp as much. So now it is time to flat iron it. Actually, before I flat iron it, I need to add a little bit of Garnier Fructis Flat Iron Protection for my hair. All right, just make sure that's, again, all incorporated. And I'm going to be using 3 different size flat irons. I have this one, which I think is like a 1.5. I've had this one so long. I have no idea. I know where I got it from. I got it from Amazon. It's an HSI professional ceramic tourmaline plate or something like that. That's what this one is. Then I have one that's a little bigger that I got from Sally's Beauty Supply. This is like a 1/2 inch, and then this is like a 1/4 of an inch or something like that. So there's that one, smallest one, and this is the biggest one. So those are the 3 that I'm going to be using. These, you cannot adjust the temperature. They just are what they are. The biggest one you can, it goes up to 450. I'm going to do it on about 375 because with gray hair, you do not want to add a whole lot of heat to your hair. Woo, sweating. Hot flash, I guess. You don't want to add a whole lot of heat to your hair because it will turn it kind of yellow and green. So we don't want to do that. So I'm going to put it on 375 and we're going to get started. I had to grab my neck fan because I am in that stage of hot flashing, and I'm going to take my earrings off so they're not hitting that and making a bunch of noise. And so now, like I said, it's time to flat iron. So just make this part a little crisper. And here we go. So for me, what I feel like helps to make volume is to not do it so straight. For one, you don't want it so completely straight. That's another reason I didn't want to put the heat too high. But 2, to not do it so straight down. So as you're going to see, I'm going to kind of curve these curls around as I am flat ironing this, because I feel like that will help to give me a little more volume. So I'm taking this medium, well, the medium size of what I have is not really a medium size. And I'm just going to start flat ironing. What's important with that is to get it as close as you can to the root, rock it back and forth a couple times, and then slowly pull it through, just like that. And so I'm just going to keep going. All right, I'm just going to tell you again just what I'm doing. Again, I'm not just, as you see, these curls are not just coming straight down. They're kind of going to the side, and that's going to help give it kind of a layered effect. So I'm just going to show you slowly what I'm doing, because I'm not just pulling the flat iron down. I'm kind of twisting my hand and taking it over to the side. So right here it's really short, so I'm going to use my smallest one I'm going to rock it back and forth a couple times, close it really tightly, and then twist my hand so that I'm taking that curl over to the left. Okay, see that? Rather than just going straight down. That's going to help build a little bit more volume. So I just wanted to give you a close-up of what I was doing with that. Okay. I'm going to show you what I'm doing up here in the top in slow motion. Okay. So again, I'm just taking it. That way the curl is not so curly. It just is more of a swoop, so to speak. So I finished flat ironing it. Now I'm just gonna take my mirror and turn around, make sure there are no pieces that I missed because I didn't have a mirror while I was doing it. So let's just make sure I got everything flat ironed, and it looks like it is. So now I will just take my little comb here. I forget what kind of comb this is called, but I'm just gonna use it to rake through my hair just to kind of incorporate everything together. Give it a little bit of you know, definition in there so that you see the comb marks so that it's not just so flat. And actually, before I did that, I should have added, so let me go back in and do that. I'm just gonna add just one little pump of this Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine Serum again, just to add a little shine to it. Meant to do that before I started combing, but I forgot. So just adding that, and as you see, that gives it a nice sheen. And I'm just gonna comb this back around. Bald spot up there, a little scar we wanna make sure we're covering. And I am so thankful. I thank God for how much my hair has grown back over on this side. All right. And there you have it. I am going to brush the back down a little bit. Just like that. And I will show you my little trick for camouflaging spots that are, being shown through. Well, not necessarily shown through, but on this side, like these, there is hair here, but it is very, very light. This is, again, one of those places that just was affected by the allergic reaction. So what I have here is some black edge control, and I'm just going to put a little bit of it on my fingertips, well, on my fingertip, and then just dab it on those spots. until I get them filled in like I want them. And that way it doesn't look so sparse. And I can add a little bit of it up here on this spot as well, just to kind of help the hair cover it better with it having a black base. Like that. So this is the finished product. What do you think? Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this. So this is what I think is how to flat iron your hair to get the most volume for when you have thin, short hair. So the things that are important is to make sure you put enough moisture in your hair, and that's when you're blow drying. That's when you're flat ironing your hair, and I don't care what length or thickness it is. You want to make sure you're putting enough moisture in your hair before you blow dry it. Second thing is to make sure that you dry it completely. Dry it completely. Don't leave any moisture in it, or else your hair will, just puff back up really quickly. And then also when you're flat ironing it, especially if you have thin hair, to not just do it so straight down, but to kind of do it at an angle so that it has the opportunity to have more of a layering effect and kind of stack on each other to give it more of a volume look. So those are the things that I think are important and that work for me to give my hair more volume and to look a little thicker while I'm dealing with my hair being so thin. So I hope you have found that to be helpful. I hope you will let me know what you think in the comments. Always so happy to get your comments. Every now and then I get a negative one, and everybody is free to express their opinion. But thank you so much to the many of you that are so encouraging and that share very encouraging comments with me. I appreciate that more than you know. So if you are new here, like I said at the beginning, welcome to the Queendom. I hope you will hit that subscribe button and join the Queen of How To family. And every week and for every video, if you're watching it and you like it, take a second, please, to like, subscribe if you are new, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any future episodes. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.